Hey everyone! So welcome back to my channel. It has been a wee while, but I'm back. So a few weekends ago, I met up with a British photographer named Kris, and he had contacted me not a few months previous, many a months previous, as in like last spring. He had contacted me and was like, hey, would you be interested in collabing? I'm a photographer based in Helsinki. I think it would be cool to work on some projects together. And I was like, that's cool, but I am living in Scotland right now, so unfortunately, we won't be in the same area. So fast forward like almost a year later, and now I'm finally living back in Finland, and we got the time to collab. And yeah, before I properly start this video, I would like to introduce Kris to you guys. So instead of me introducing him, I thought that he could introduce himself. So roll the clip. Yeah, so today I've been hanging out with Kris, and we've been walking around Helsinki, kind of taking photos at different monuments, I suppose, or like touristy attractions in Helsinki. So tell us a bit about yourself. Who are you?
Yeah, hi. My name's Kris. I'm a portrait photographer from the UK and now living in Helsinki. I do headshots and portraits and stuff like that.
Yeah, so what kind of pictures have we been taking today?
So today we've been doing primarily hyperlapses, and we're also going to do some headshots before we leave.
That was Kris, and you can find him on Instagram, and you can also find him on his own website if you're interested in getting photos for yourself or just having a little scroll of some of his work. I will leave the links down below. And yeah, let's get started with the photo shoot day. So off to Helsinki I went, and our main purpose of this get together, or collab I guess is the better word, was to take some unique and interesting photos around a couple key sites in Helsinki to both showcase, you know, tourist destinations in Helsinki and kind of like, you know, have some creative fun making some pictures around, I guess, recognizable key sites in Helsinki. So our first stop was the Helsinki Cathedral. In Finnish, it's called the Tuomiokirkko. If you know, think of Paris, it's the Eiffel Tower. If you think of London, it's the Big Ben. If you think of Helsinki, I feel like it would be the Helsinki Cathedral, which would, you know, kind of be that iconic monument. So it was originally built between the years of 1830 and 1852, so it's pretty old, and it was built as a tribute to the Grand Duke of Finland, Tsar Nicholas I of Russia. So initially this building was actually called the St. Nicholas's Church, or Nikolain-kirkko in Finnish. And the name was only changed in 1917 after Finnish gained independence. So this whole building is kind of built with a neoclassical style. It's located on the north side of the Senate Square, and if you want to pay particular close attention, there are 12 sculptures of the 12 apostles kind of scattered around the, around the church and, you know, on the roof and stuff, so keep your eyes peeled for those. And apparently, the church isn't white. Apparently, it is, I was gonna say drawn, that's not drawn, it's painted in 3 different shades of light gray, but the appearance appears white. Anyways, it's open every day, so you can go inside and have a visit and kind of look inside what it looks like. So basically what we did, we started off in the square area. I kind of had my umbrella, you know, and we took these different shots where he kind of rotated around me, taking pictures as he went along. So that was our first shot. And the second shot we did was kind of going up the stairs of the cathedral. The cathedral. So basically I would take one step back, and then he would climb one stair and then take a picture, and then he would go back another stair and I would go back another stair. Wait, what? He would come up one stair and I would go back one. So basically we're kind of, you know, going up the stairs like this, and on each stair he would take a picture. So the end result was basically me kind of going up the stairs, and at the end we did kind of like a fun thing. I just did some, you know, jumps, and that was that. And then if you loop it around, it's kind of like going up and down the stairs, and at the top you're woo, having a fun little jump. So yeah, that was the first site we visited. The next stop we went to was the Old Market Hall, or Vanha Kauppahalli in Finnish. And it's actually the oldest market hall in the whole of Helsinki area. And it opened up in 1889, and it's also by the harbor, so it's very central, very close to the Helsinki Cathedral, a few minutes by walking. If you go inside, there are stalls of fresh food. There's like coffee, some different local cuisines, pastries, all that good jazz. And so basically, if you want to try authentic Finnish food, or you have, you know, a bucket list of different Finnish foods you want to try, chances are you'll be able to find it at this market hall. So if you just go in and kind of go by the different stalls, you'll be able to find pretty much any Finnish food you want. If it's not in there, I would be surprised. So yeah, if you're wanting to try local Finnish food, that is one of the first places I would go to get something, you know, more fresh and more authentic, I suppose. The shoot we did in there was a little awkward, I guess, if you don't like people staring at you. We picked one of the hallways, and then we kind of just like, I would walk along the stalls, kind of pretending to, you know, look around, you know, using my Oscar acting skills, and kind of looking at the products and just going back and forth the hall, and then a little whoop at the end to kind of make it a bit more fun and lighthearted, I suppose. And then the next stop we did was we left the old market hall and we headed our way down to the Allas Sea Pool. So the Aala Sea Pool has this kind of like cafe wooden structure kind of above it, where it's completely free to just like walk up, and you can get a view of like the harbor area. You can get a view of the Aala Sea Pools, and you can get a view of the big Ferris wheel that's like right there by the harbor. So basically, just throwing this in real quick, they have 2 warm pools, they have 3 saunas, and they have a filtered sea pool. So it's basically sea water from that they just like funnel in from the sea, but of course it's like filtered and cleaned out, so it's not dirty water or anything like that. So I guess you can get like an authentic Finnish Baltic Sea swimming experience in clean water. So yeah, I think it's about 5 degrees Celsius, so it's pretty cold, but if you want to, you know, go ice swimming, I suppose, that's a good option for you if you're just staying in the Helsinki area. So it is open all year round, so even in the dead of winter, you can go swimming in central Helsinki, and it's 14 euros for adults and 9.5 euros for students. And yeah, getting back to our photo shoot, so we wanted to take a picture kind of with the SkyWheel Helsinki is what it's called. So that big Ferris wheel kind of in the background of the picture, and it's 40 meters and the highest Ferris wheel in Finland, and you can kind of get a good harbor view of Helsinki and also a good view of the sea if you go on it. It lasts about 12 minutes and I think it's 13 euros. And although the glass, so like the little cubicles you sit in, they look very they look very bright blue from the outside, but honestly, if you're inside of it, now we didn't go in this time, but my family's gone before, it's not as bright blue from the inside, so you do get like a, it is a little bit blue, but it's not as bright as it appears, so you do get like a good view from inside. And yeah, they actually do have a sky sauna as well. So one of the, I don't even know what to call it, cubicles, I don't think that's the right word, one of the little thingies you sit in while you spin around the wheel, it's actually a sauna, and 1 to 4 people can fit in it at the same time, but it is a little pricey. It's one of those like experiences you can splurge on if you have the money, which I don't, but if anybody else does, then I think it could be a pretty cool experience. It's 240 euros an hour according to their website, and it has, so like, yeah, the whole cubicle is a sauna, so you can like sit in the cubicle. I keep calling it a cubicle, I don't know if it is, but that's just what I'm gonna be calling it, so bear with me. So yeah, it's a sauna, so you can like take a sauna while you're spinning in a Ferris wheel looking out at the view of Helsinki, which is pretty unique. that was our little photo shoot by the Ferris wheel. And then after that, we made our way to Katajanokka Hotel, which is actually a prison converted to a hotel. So the whole building is a former Helsinki County prison, and they kind of used it as a pre-trial detention center and a processing center for inmates and stuff. And it was actually used from 1837 up until 2002. So it actually stopped being a prison not all that long time ago. But now it's been renovated into a fully functioning hotel. So if you want to spend a night in a Finnish, not a working, but an old Finnish prison, that is an interesting place to spend the night in. And it's only like a 10-minute walk from the Viking Line harbor, so if you're coming in from Stockholm or coming in from Tallinn, or maybe you're just gonna stay the night there but are planning on doing Stockholm or Tallinn cruises, 10-minute walk from the terminal, so it's a very convenient place to take cruises from. But yeah, basically we took a photo shoot along the outer wall, so they have like this huge red brick wall, which is, you know, back in the day used to keep the inmates in, you know, but they had like this interesting little chair structure by the wall, so we took some pictures with me hopping from chair to chair and kind of, you know, doing some funky poses, jumping up and down. You know, luckily I didn't fall down and hurt myself, but that was a fun little thing we did. And yeah, that was the place where we took our prison pictures. And yeah, and to end the day off, we went over to the Central Railway Station, or Rautatieasema in Finnish. So this was another bit of an awkward one, where basically I just stood there in the middle of the main hall, and Kris just kind of walked around me taking pictures, and I kind of, you know, stood in place and just kind of, you know, slowly made my way around in a circle. And there's like so many people there and everyone's kind of staring at me and being like, what the heck is this girl doing? Who does she think she is, taking up all this space? But you know what? You just, I don't know, you just block it out and try not to be so self-conscious. And the end result was pretty cool. We also kind of took a time-lapse video of Kris taking my picture, so I think that turned out really cool as well. So that was our last stop. And yeah, the railway station is where you can take buses and buses, trains, and subway. No, sorry, it's called the metro in Helsinki, the metro, yeah. So it's kind of like the hub of transportation in Helsinki. And then to top it off, he also wanted to take some portrait pictures of me. So basically his specialty is a portrait photographer, but he was kind of trying out this new technique of motion pictures. I forget the right term for it, but basically it's where you take a series of pictures where you kind of like just move a tiny bit and then you kind of put them all together and make a little moving video out of it. Kind of like, you know, those old books where you'd have like every page, you know, the animal moves a little bit forward and then when you flick them together, it's like a moving picture, I suppose. Like kind of like a same concept as that. So that was what we're kind of experimenting with. But then he wanted to do a couple portraits as well because that's kind of his specialty or what he specializes in. So yeah, they turned out very nice. And although I don't normally look like that, I'm a little bit more smiley, at least on camera usually. So it was a little bit funny having to be, you know, more serious. But yeah, they turned out really nice. They're in black and white. So yeah, that was about it. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite, or which photo shoot was, do you call it a photo shoot? Which picture series is your favorite that we took, a picture of? Hold on. Let me know in the comments which photo series is your favorite. Please, I would love to know. And yeah, I guess that just about concludes this video. So till next time, bye.
my gypsy girl. Something to myself. She wants to wander. She be money on my place. She looking at my eye order. She wants to wander. She be moving so quick. You never see her coming.
She wants to wander.
She on me heaven.
Yeah.
That's what me say.
She wants to wonder, want get high grade. From a distance, baby, I'm going insane. Red Cross, baby, come to my aid. Shorty said he busted my brain like a migraine. Your gain, my gain, your loss, my pain. Slow down, the way you go down. You know now me they run the whole town. King of the city, cause I wear that gold crown. So give it up for bad man, better than Batman. I didn't impress these dogs and kill these cats, man. Rats, man, these other guys are rats, man. When I get on stage, all they do is clap, man. So make you join me in my Bugatti.